My business is in Web3, my finances in Web3, everything I could do is around crypto and blockchain. So this is my life. Like even if I was to make like 100 million, let's say tomorrow, I wouldn't have a place to just leave and go. I didn't even have money to buy my cat food, and I was like, man, I need to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I need to do something. I'm working on a Telegram thing, you know, like a ton app. So I want to release that. I want to see how that plays out. And I started posting like 5 videos a week, and then I just like skyrocketed right away. If you want to like make something in life, if you want to really like go to some higher heights, it's not about what you say or what you speak. It's more about when you don't speak or when you don't say. So I make videos, I do a lot of content. I have a gaming community, which I kind of like partnered up with Web3 games, specifically crypto games. The more you are in this space, in the crypto space, you realize that most of the games are on X. Like they're not really that active on Instagram. They're not active on YouTube. They're not active on LinkedIn. They're only really active on X. I was really burnt out and I was like, man, I need a job at least. Like I was living in Toronto, Canada. You need a job. You can't just survive without a job. Found an NFT in the loot or something in a game, and then you took that NFT and now it's in your inventory. But now you want to take that NFT out of the game, that's when it's going to get a bit complicated. Now you have to connect your wallet or something.
So like, welcome to Dubai, bro.
Hey guys, it's One Link Dubai podcast again, and we're here today with Angelina and the Twitter star, Sanjay.
Yeah, it's a cool introduction, right? I saw a lot of your content, to be honest. You started filming a lot of content with your small camera, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. And Angelina, tell about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here for the first time. My name is Angelina. I'm coming here from One Link Real Estate. So I work on the real estate side of the company here. And thank you so much again, Sanjay, for joining us today. We're super excited to have you. We have tons of interesting questions we want to ask you, dive a little deeper about you, about crypto. So tell our viewers who are so excited to meet you a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself.
So a lot about
myself.
Yeah, you'll be talking about yourself a lot on this podcast, right? But before you will start, I know, guys, the bull run is started. Like, it's happening, guys. The universe heard us, right? So tell us a little bit about who you are, because a lot of our subscribers maybe know you, maybe not, and what you're doing right now. We're really curious to hear it.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just start a little bit on what I'm doing right now. So I'm a content creator specifically on X. So I make videos, I do a lot of content. I have a gaming community, which I kind of like partnered up with Web3 games, specifically crypto games. Yeah, and also have like a marketing/advisory firm for Web3 gaming. Yeah, don't like to call myself an influencer or anything, but yeah, you know, like in some people might say that you're an ex-influencer. So that is what I'm doing right now.
You for sure are an influencer. I feel very influenced.
Yeah.
I hope for the good things.
I want to say that X is such a different platform. For example, like YouTube, Instagram, it's like a different world. So X, you need to specifically know about your community, right? So why you choose X first of all? Because it's not something obvious. It's like, if I want to become a content creator, and I will never choose X, right?
Yeah.
But if you know about the community, and especially Web3 gaming, to be honest, like X is just only one place where everybody is sitting, right? So why you choose X?
Yeah, it's very funny because I didn't choose X to become a content creator. So I've been a content creator since like 2016, you know, going all the way back from Musical.ly to YouTube to Twitch and all of that.
I remember Musical.ly.
Yeah. So if for people watching it don't know what Musical.ly is, Musical.ly is TikTok, but before they used to be called Musical.ly, and then they changed their name to TikTok. So yeah, all the way from Musical.ly to YouTube. And then Twitch as well. So I have been a content creator for a long time, like a traditional gaming content creator. I was doing Fortnite, Call of Duty, all of that content. But then I got like super burnt out because I didn't have a team around me, right? Like right now you guys have like so many people around you. Now I have a lot of people around me, but back in like 2019, 18, I didn't have many people around me. So I got burnt out and I kind of left the content creation space, and I just started looking for jobs, and I became a head of partnerships or BD or, you know, business dev, whatever you want to call it, for a Web3 company. So my first year in crypto, I was just grinding on LinkedIn. Like I was like, you know, making connections on LinkedIn, working on LinkedIn. And I was working with a lot of crypto games on LinkedIn. But the more you are in this space, in the crypto space, you realize that most of the games are on X. Like they're not really that active on Instagram. They're not active on YouTube. They're not active on LinkedIn. They're only really active on X. So me starting X was just a way to kind of be like, oh, I'm working with a lot of Web3 games, so might as well go where they are rather than trying to talk to the co-founder on LinkedIn and he might just not even have the time to have a conversation with me, right? So I would rather go to Twitter and meet those people. And then once I started doing that, it just all came naturally. I saw nobody was making videos on YouTube, literally. On X. There was nobody making YouTube videos on X. And I think I saw like maybe 2 or 3 gaming creators who were making videos. And I was like, man, this is such nobody's making videos.
It's niche.
Yeah. And it was so easy for me to make videos. So I just jumped into it and I started posting like 5 videos a week. And then I just skyrocketed right away.
Wow.
That's crazy that you started off so solo, like you said, and how much you've grown in the past and now have a team around you, because I've worked with you and you have an assistant now, you have a bunch of people, and that's crazy. It's insane how much can change in just like a year or two. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious, what makes Twitter or X now the preferred kind of
platform for you?
Platform for these kinds of posts and stuff. I mean, because I think that's what Nick was trying to get at. You have Instagram, you have YouTube, you have all of these different platforms. But what makes X so special for the kind of sphere that you work in?
This is so funny. I can go in so deep with this one. So I'll try to put it short here. Web3 games are very financialized. There's a lot of finances involved. And when you go to Instagram or you go to YouTube, there's a lot of games content. There's a lot of, on TikTok, there's a lot of gaming content, but there's not a lot of financialized gaming content. If it's financialized, it's just straight up gambling, like gambling content, like playing slots or something like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So right now, me being in this industry, in the cryptocurrency, blockchain industry, I need to go where people are comfortable spending their money in the speculative market, right? Like in a speculation market, like, oh, I want to play this game and I might earn more or I might earn less, right? On TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, gamers are not really willing to do that. They're happy playing Fortnite, they're happy playing Call of Duty, and they're happy just playing those games for entertainment.
They're not invested in it.
They're not invested, right? Yeah. And when I said I wanted to go deep in it, it's also because nowadays there's so many Web2 influencers trying to, let's say, pump a coin or something, right? They're trying to do like a meme coin or something. And they just can't get the liquidity out of their audience. And their audience is on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all there, right? And they can't get that much liquidity, which X creator, for example, a Thread guy or Ansem or these guys can generate with a few tweets. So the quality of the audience, it might not be the number of the audience. You might not get 1 million views on a video, but the number of views you will get, they are much more valuable in my opinion.
I like what you're saying, because Twitter, to be honest, for me, I'm a YouTube guy. When I was like a kid, I started from YouTube. I was creating videos for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I never experienced X community. But when I came to Dubai and I started just really doing this, and seeing what is going on in Twitter, so holy shit, it's such a good community.
Yeah.
Everybody is so supportive. You have your own jokes inside of it. You have your own themes that are going inside Twitter only. So it's like a small family that also want to invest not in words or emotion, but real money into something like this. But first of all, I'm curious to ask regarding our audience is very curious to hear why you select Web3 gaming, because to be honest, Web3 gaming is just started, right? It's there is a huge problem regarding to Epic Games, Steam. They have power on top of everything, and Web3 games are such a great idea, but a very weird situation right now because they're not insanely good. They don't have amazing graphics,
Yeah.
What I mean? They are sometimes good, sometimes bad, but still it's just starting. It's just the kick-off. So what was your starting point in Web3 gaming? Why you chose this path? I'm really curious to hear that.
I wish I have a good answer for you, but I don't think I have a great answer for you here, all right? But I will try my best here.
But honest one.
Yeah, honest one, right? Yeah. I think when I left my content creation journey or YouTube and Discord and all that, I was really burnt out and I was like, man, I need a job at least. I was living in Toronto, Canada. You need a job. You can't just survive without a job. So I started looking for jobs online, and I was like, okay, what can I do online? What type of experience I have? And managing Discord community was something I knew how to do because I did that all my life, all my content creation life. And when I started applying for jobs, I started applying for social media, Discord community, et cetera, those type of jobs. And it just, the gaming industry just kind of like fell into my laps, I would say, right? Automatically, I was put in a position where I was dealing with games, and it just kind of like happened. But I would say when you compare Web3 games to traditional games, there's maybe like a handful of games which can even compete with a Web2 game. Like for example, Off the Grid, which is a great shooter game. It can go band for band with Call of Duty at this point. Like their graphics are really good. Players are playing it, genuinely enjoying the game. So there is a lot of improvement from past 2-3 years, but obviously we're not at that level. But the real point is that we don't need to be at that level.
Yeah.
People are not coming to play Web3 games because the game is just so much better than Fortnite or Call of Duty.
But still, you want to be there, right?
I
want
wish,
to play like good
I
games.
wish, yeah. Like, I still play Fortnite. I was playing Fortnite till 5 a.m. last night. The dark circles are showing off right now. Like the thing is that I wish Web3 games would be at one point, they'll be as good as Web2 games. But the thing is that we don't need it to be at good as Web2 game, right? Because the reason people are playing these games, majority of people are playing these games, there has to be like some sort of financial incentive. There has to be some sort of speculation. There has to be some sort of on-chain thing going on, right? If somebody was to tell me that, oh, I'm playing this shooter game just purely because it's the best shooter game in the world, better than, for say, Fortnite or something, then, I would say they're lying, right?
Yeah.
But there are some games though. Off the Grid, I think it's a great shooter game, and some people would say it's better than Call of Duty. It's better than, Apex or something like that. So So there are some exceptions, but in the majority, I think we're still kind of like behind when it comes down to quality. But Web3 games, the core thing in Web3 games is finances, and a game doesn't need 1 million players to become a successful game in Web3. You can have 100,000 players, and you can still be a very successful game. So we are just on a different playing field when it comes down to a Web2 game or a Web3 game.
I feel like it's a different purpose, that comes to mind for people coming on and playing these games, and I find that quite interesting.
I want to say that if we're going back to Toronto and you were like searching for a job, it's fucking hard to find a job in Web3, right? It's like when you was trying to find a normal job with like a Discord community skill, it's such a weird skill that in ordinary life you actually like don't know how to apply it, right? So first of all, for our audience, I want to say that in Web3 gaming, the most important is finances and community. So that's why you as influencer, I'm very curious to ask you, but it's a deep question, It's like, what is community for you? Because as you said, you was building the community. So I'm actually curious to ask you, what do you mean by the word community? What is for you?
Yeah, I think the word community to me is simple. Simply put, the word community is just a group of friends, right? You're waking up in the morning, you're sending a GM thing in the group chat.
I love that. I love that so much. GM. I think that's so cool.
GMCT.
GM warriors for real. So like a community, for let's say for example a Discord community, right? Like this is your people, your friends. They most likely have the same life like you do, right? They're waking up or they have like an online job, and but this is their community where they share personal things, where they invest in projects together, invest their time in games together, play games together. It's literally just friends, but online, and that's it, right? Like the community doesn't have to be any more complicated than that, right? Like there's so many projects who try to build communities in like some crazy new ways. They try to like do something crazy, something new, something unique, but the core value is all that these are all friends coming together trying to do something, right? Like it could be just a friendly community, like just like a gaming community like Spectrum, that's my community where people play different games, they earn different kind of tokens. Some games they make money, some games they lose money, and sometimes they invest money, sometimes they lose, whatever, right? And this is just their community where they can come together and share like a one goal, right?
Yeah.
And for example, if you're a game called, let's say, Axie Infinity, right? You have a Discord community. Every member in that Discord has the same goal, which is which is like playing the Axie Infinity game. Maybe they're making money. Maybe they just want to have a squad or something.
Yeah.
Maybe just want to have a trio, right? So in the end, it's all just friends coming together for whatever the purpose is, right? It could be finances, could be gaming, it could be just chilling.
It's not easy to build a community. You need to have like a leader or a great idea behind the community to gather people, You are an influencer, right? So you are building your own community through X. So that's why, for me, Web3 gaming is about people who start believing in something and they show action, like with finances, right?
Yeah.
That we believe in this, but not in words, but in real action,
Yeah.
So that's why I love Web3 gaming. It's just like the adoption right now. It's sometimes a little bit weird for me,
Yeah.
Because still it's all about the belief of people. Do you think so?
Yeah, 100%. I think, as you said, you need a leader per se, right? This leader can be an influencer, or it can be a project, or it can be a token, it can be an ecosystem, right? It can be one thing which people can root for. When it comes down to influencer, people are giving their trust to that influencer. They're like, okay, you know what? We trust this guy. If he mentions a game, that means it's probably a good game and we should try to play this game, and maybe we will come out and profit. If this guy mentions a node project, he's also invested in that project, so he's kind of like he's not going to do us wrong per se, right? So there has to be some sort of belief in there. So same with ecosystems and games as well.
Infrastructure is very important too. We was talking here about the Play Solana console, PSG1, cool name, and with Jay we was talking about it is so important to eliminate distractions to actually play Web3 games, because it's a lot of like Web2 games and a lot of not very good games, and it's very important to have like easy go in of the ecosystem, because still you need to download stuff, you connect your wallet, this type of things is like bothering you so much. That's why you want to take something, click play, and you are actually playing that game. So that's why, what do you think about the infrastructure of Web3 gaming, where it goes in the next like 3 to 5 years? Is it going easier for people, or it's still like a little bit weird for the Web2 gaming? Because right now still like Fortnite, even like Minecraft for kids, it's still like one of the most like hype games on the planet. They're even making a film about Minecraft. Can you imagine?
Oh my god, I saw that.
And
That's
it's crazy. Imagine how much money they're making, but people do not make any money from it. They're just playing and investing, what you said, time. But still, time is like one of the most important currency. So that's why, what do you think about the infrastructure of Web3 gamings? Where it actually going in the next like 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, I think we're already seeing a huge difference in the infrastructure. Like in the past, there used to be, if you want to play a game, you have to create a wallet, you have to connect a wallet, you need a token of that wallet on a specific chain, and like sometimes you don't even know where to buy that token to be like even begin the game.
There's no tutorials for
right?
that.
Like there's no tutorial. Like you just have to figure these things out, unless one of like people like myself will do like a how-to video or something, right? But now it's very different. Like for example, Off the Grid, which is a game on a console, right? A console game doesn't have any restrictions. You can literally just turn on the game and boom, you're like playing the game right away, right? There's another game called Riftstorm, which is on Steam, and same thing. It doesn't have any, no need for a wallet, no need for this, no need for that. You can just download it on Steam and you can start playing. But the difference, the thing is that if you want to benefit from the Web3 aspect of things, let's say you found an NFT in the loot or something in a game, and then you took that NFT and now it's in your inventory. But now you want to take that NFT out of the game, that's when it's going to get a bit complicated. Now you have to connect your wallet or something, because in the end you have to take it out as in your custodial wallet, so it becomes yours truly. So there is no centralization. The game doesn't control that NFT anymore, right? So I mean that is what Web3 gaming is in the end, right? Like to have your assets and to own your assets. So it has to separate itself from the game so that you can truly have ownership on that asset. So there will be these MetaMask and all that. But I think it's going to get easier, obviously, if MetaMask was to partner up with Xbox or something.
Yeah,
it's going to get easier. But right now, the first step is to just let people play the game. If they want the NFT aspect, the token aspect, then they can do it, but don't force it onto them. And we're already seeing that right now.
It's very important for Web3 community to have influencers just like you to actually understand how to make things easier. Because still for me, for example, like I was playing like half of my life in like Dota 2, right? Then like, okay, like Counter-Strike sometimes. And then like Fortnite, it was one of the most like insane games for my brain. I don't know why, but I was talking to my friend. He's like, do you want to experience like Fortnite? I said like, yeah, like it's for kids. Like, what do you want for kids? Like, come to me and I will show you. And I was playing like couple of days and I can't stand out because it's so big, it's huge, it's like 100 people landed, you need to do something. But still I experienced that. I invest, I don't know, maybe like $300 in that to buy some skins, and then I just forgot about the account. And in a couple of like 6 months, I just like, holy shit, where's my password? And I just forgot about it and just vanished. But at that time, I was completely shocked about that you have your PlayStation and I can play on PlayStation with a person from PC. That was the first time in my life I see the cross-play.
Yeah.
So Fortnite is one of the most like influential game on the planet right now. But I think like, can you imagine that they are actually selling Nikes right now? You can buy Nikes.
Shoes, yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
They just announced that.
Nike
They can.
Fortnite?
Nike, yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh.
you can buy yourself like Nike inside the Fortnite, and you can run in your favorite shoes in the Fortnite.
In the game.
Yeah, like a cosmetic.
That's crazy.
So that's why I'm always thinking about Web3 gaming, but inside like Web2 famous games. But why do you think they are not implementing this? It's about the power.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, in the end, I don't think they need to implement it, right? Like, as long as they can keep doing it, they're gonna keep doing it. There is literally zero reason for them to implement it, because if you were to implement it, then it just becomes very, very transparent. And for a centralized company, why would they want to make it transparent? Because let's say right now you were to go and buy a Nike cosmetic, right? They could be 1 million they are selling. They could be selling 10 million. Nobody knows, right?
You never know.
And it could be unlimited, right? So, but if we were
unlimited.
to, yeah, if it is unlimited, right? Like if we were to say, oh, you can only buy 1,000, it becomes more rare, obviously, right? And you would want to buy it, and then now your asset becomes a lot more rare. But then they are only going to sell 1,000 in the end of the day, right? Like they cannot sell 1 million because they put a limit on it, because people are tracking the wallet, people are tracking everything on chain.
But they have like the main idea how they make money is just the battle pass.
And the shop items as well. Battle Pass is that, and then the Nike shoes cosmetic is also that, right?
Yeah.
So all of it is that. Like Battle Pass is, I feel like, just 1%, 10% maybe off like the money you can spend in the game.
They had even like a Snoop Dogg, you know, The Rock, this like Spider-Man,
Eminem, everybody.
It's just insane. That's why I love this type of, you know, crazy ideas. And I think that Web3 gaming is going into that direction, but still this type of problem with like wallets and adoption, it's pretty hard for like ordinary player to go in, you know? Still, like to create a wallet in just seconds, but you need to find a YouTube video, you know, to watch how to do it, you need to connect, you waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
But regarding to even like Meta Quest 3, right? It's just they're creating the future for this like of metaverse, and I think that's where the Web3 gaming will be huge at that time. Because can you imagine just like you just take some glasses and you are inside a Web3 game when you can see your asset, so it's become more real. What do you think about the like this type of metaverse?
Okay, so I'll go back a little bit. I think, sure, the MetaMask and all of this stuff is a bit tricky, right? But I think when people want to do it, they will find a way to do it. You just have to show them that it's worth doing it. Right now, it's not worth doing it. Like right now, it's not worth playing a Web3 game. Like, you know, I just saw a tweet yesterday where this guy played... this guy's wife, she played the game for 2.5 months, free game, right? Free game, she didn't spend any money in it, and she ended up earning $50 in 2.5 months, right? Sure, it could be more, it could be a lot, it could be nothing, but when you're trying to sell somebody a dream, when you're trying to sell them that, oh, listen, this is Web3 gaming, you can earn, you can do this, you can do that, $50 in 2.5 months is not the dream they would want to come to live in. You know, this is not their dream. So there is no incentive. There, you know where the incentive is? The meme coins and stuff. Now you're seeing the meme coins incentive, and people are figuring out how to work a pump fund, right? People are figuring out how to work Phantom. People are figuring out how to work Solana.
Especially because of the fucking kid that scammed people for 30K, right? 30K?
50K now actually, but you know, because he scammed them for a 30K, which was a token quant, and then
and now they're teaching them a lesson, right?
No, they were teaching him a lesson, so the token went to 75 mil or whatever, and it could have been like $1 million worth, and then he released another token called Sorry, like trying to like apologize to the community, and then rugged that again for 20K.
Oh
so
my
he rugged it for like 50K now. But you know, when people, there is incentive, when people want to make money, when people want to find a reason, they will learn. They will learn. This incentive needs to be there.
You're just talking about like one of the most riskiest place on earth. It's meme coins.
Yeah.
But it's so exciting when you're like sit down, you take your wallet, you invest like, I don't know, like $1,000, $2,000, and then you close it in 6 fucking hours. You come back and you see it's growing. You see like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like pump.fun.
Yeah.
It's insanely weird platform for me. You know, I just like tried because of Census. You know, you heard about this coin, right?
Census?
Jake, our like OneLink client, of course, and our friend invented the new coin, Census. He just started like launching it, and it's right now it's 7 million market cap.
That's good.
And you're sitting here and you see the tech behind of it, and you see how it grows, but not somewhere on the internet, you know? You see it in real life. And you're like sitting and thinking like, holy shit, meme coins are real. Because for me, that at some point, meme coins was like, something like from internet, everybody just like talking about that, but it's not something real where you can make money. And then you see it in real life, and it's hit differently.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the meme coin culture right now?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry to jump off the metaverse conversation. You know, like I would change
but
the
meme
topic.
coins is
more
on top
interesting.
of the planet right
you know,
now.
the only true metaverse is Fortnite, and that's it. There's no other metaverses and Sandbox. But
we're quoting you on that.
Quote me on that. But the meme coin things, right? Like. Even today, when you go on TikTok, like TikTok meta is crazy right now, right? Like a lot of people are like creating meme coins off a TikTok trend, which has been happening for a while, but now it's a little bit more. And you go in the comment section where people are like, oh, yeah, you have this much amount, but you won't be able to take it out. Apparently you cannot take your crypto out or something. Apparently you cannot make money. Apparently you cannot cash out. Like people have no clue what's going on. Right? A lot of people, they just don't know like the tech is real, like you said. Like you see these real numbers, and you know these real numbers, you can withdraw them, and you can literally pay. Like I paid my rent for the year with crypto, right? And people online on TikTok, they're still like going on the comment section of videos and saying that, oh, this Solana is not real. Like you cannot cash it out.
It's not real.
Phantom wallet is not real. You cannot cash it out. So it's just it's like a lot more FOMO, and eventually people will come in.
Why do you think so? Like why this is still happening when we're going in the most bullish like time on the planet right now? It's like Bitcoin is maybe when we will publish it will be more than 100K.
Yeah, maybe. Why this is happening, I think this is a little bit more deeper than that, because I don't think it's because there is not enough information or proof online to find out that crypto is real. I think nowadays people are very left or right, black or white. You know, there is no gray area anymore. People think, if they think that this is wrong, they're going to find reasons to prove that it is wrong. It could be completely right, but they will always focus on why it is wrong. And same goes with TikTok and stuff. Like if you believe something is wrong, TikTok algorithm is going to show you things to keep that belief rather than question your belief and you trying to use your brain, right? They would just feed you more stuff. Justify it. So you are just become like a robot, and you just keep consuming what you like. If they were to show you something opposite, then you would become a little bit more aware of yourself and aware of the things, and you'll be like, wait, why is it this? Why is that? And you're gonna start questioning it, and that's when change will happen, right? And in general, I don't think they want change to happen. So.
Have you ever heard about the like Netflix series about this attention, social media?
Buy Now?
A Social Dilemma.
I haven't seen that one.
Bro, you should watch it. It's like they tell you that your phone is actually tracked when you first time logging in into any social media, and they are creating the digital version of you, and they know how to hook you inside. That's why I want to add on top of your thought that, for example, YouTube works like this. If you start watching about, I don't know, like 9/11, you know, you start watching about like how it happened, then you see conspiracies, when you like, and then you go deeper and deeper in dark shit, because it's always needs to give you something more dramatic, something more powerful than you saw before to keep you on the platform. Because again, the only way how these platforms are actually making money right now, it's because of ads. So we are together with you, is like we're meat. They are selling our attention. That's why Twitter, it's a little bit different right now, because they have like different algorithm because of course Elon Musk, you know, but and the community behind, they are in like finances. But for example, Instagram, YouTube, it's all about selling attention of other people and put as many ads as possible, you know. So that's why you should watch it, because that I was an influencer for at least like 6 years heavily. I was filming 3 big videos to 30 minutes with like huge budgets every single week, and I was thinking how to hack attention of my viewers. You know what I mean? It's just like you still think about the hook, you still think about, oh, this thumbnail is not working, I will change that, or how to structure the video to hook as many people as possible. But at the end of your journey, you are burnout, because you start going in the direction where you don't want to go, but you go anyway because of the platform. YouTube is telling you like, oh, your last video was good, but it's like 8 out of 10. Let's go. And then you start filming again, and you say, you're like, you're not, now you're good, but push more. And in a couple of years, you can end up with completely different situation.
Wait, you get feedback on YouTube when you post videos?
I think that I was thinking that I'm creating my own business on YouTube. The only thing that you're doing, you're actually building their business.
Yeah.
On their platform.
It's so interesting that you pointed out what's happening with Instagram. I remember they did an update and they changed the buttons on the bottom of your screen, and they made the shopping button right in the middle, where people used to go to like the home page. So it's crazy how seriously they're putting such a push on getting people to buy things, retail, you know, social, whatever, things online. It's crazy. Like it's such a big push. And I think there was a huge outburst, and they kind of like had to put it back because people were like going crazy, like how, you know, we're using it for our pleasure and you're trying to market to us and, you know, push things for us to buy, which is
and
crazy.
Still, you know, on Twitter, for example, you can see anything you want. It's like you can speak anything you want, because everybody is like, they're real, but they have not real names, they have nicknames, they have different like avatars, right? So in Instagram, it's like real people. On YouTube, it's real people. So it's hit differently when you take Twitter. And first of all, when I came here in Dubai, everybody in Twitter, and I was like, oh, when I was a kid, I was using Twitter. And then like 10 years passed, and I was never ever opening Twitter. And then I open it, and everybody like GMCT, like meme coins. Like, what the fuck? It's like completely different world. So that's what I love, because Twitter is such a great community without...
Twitter grew up. Let's say it like that.
Twitter grow up, so you can find anything, bad, good. It's still, there is no like filters for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like on Instagram.
Yeah, totally. I tweeted about this as well recently, right after Trump won the election, and I have been talking about it a lot with my friends and stuff, because I don't like to talk a lot of political stuff online. But I mentioned this. I said when Elon Musk bought Twitter or X, it was probably one of the most important one of the most influential kind of like moment in modern history, because right now if you look at platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, X, YouTube, whatever, there's only one platform which you can find right and left, black or white, and it can be, you know, like just pure truth, right? And if you were to go on TikTok, there's a lot of suppression. There's a lot of content being suppressed. People are getting banned for saying something. People are getting, you know, accounts, whatever, if it doesn't meet the agenda, right? On Twitter, if you are in one bubble, right? Because every social media has bubbles. So let's say if you're in crypto bubble, obviously you don't want to learn about Cardi B or something, so they're not going to show you their tweets, right? They're not going to show you that tweet. So they're doing that for your safety, right? So you are like
for
not
your
wasting your
benefit,
time, right? And let's say you're in crypto bubble. Let's say you are somebody who believes in gaming. You will see tweets where people are talking about how gaming is bad, how gaming is good. You will see both sides of the coin. Versus if I was on TikTok and I was to believe in, let's say, oh, I think being vegan is great, then they would only show me content about being vegan is great, right? They will just leave me where I am and not grow me, right? So with Elon Musk, I think coming to Twitter and actually having control over, not control, but like giving people control over their words and like being like, yo, you want to say something, say it as long as you're not breaking the law and, you're doing fine. And I think X is the only platform which matters at this point. And after Trump winning the election, it just proved it. Because people on CNN, all these channels, they're talking about how Trump is losing, he's not going to make it, blah, blah, blah. YouTube, like Kamala Harris was on YouTube and Twitch streams with all these big streamers and whatnot. But what ended up working in the end was the people who were really active on X. Like if you go on X, you'll see a lot more right-wing people, right? Yeah. And that just proved that X is the most influential platform in the space right now.
I think that on X, you can find truth if you're searching for it. On other platforms, I don't think that you can find something like this because it's always like a good coin, like the good like side of the coin. It's never bad. That's why I'm talking about that if you are starting watching about something, they will give you as many shit as possible for you to not log out from this platform. Because they don't want you to have like emotional roller coaster. They want as many dopamine as possible, Yeah. So that's why I love like Web3 gaming inside Twitter is such a great place for it, And I saw your couple of posts. And I love that you're doing like videos where you are talking about different topics. Why you start like doing videos on Twitter? Because on Twitter, videos are not the main stuff, right? It's memes, it's photos and text, and of course GM City, But still, why you prefer to sometimes do videos?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think too much about it. One thing is for sure that, X has been pushing videos a lot more now than before.
Yes.
So they have kind of increased, the visibility. So if you are somebody who posts videos, you might see a new eyes, you might see a new engagement, new impressions, like you might see new people in the comment section. If you were to just post pictures, you'll be fine as well. If I think everybody has a space for it. With videos, it becomes more intimate for me. It becomes more personal. Like as an influencer, you want to be personal to your audience. You want to tell them that. You want to speak heart to heart type thing. Like you don't want it to look just all like very. Professional. So I think me putting up a camera and just yap on a camera and just talk about something which I'm feeling, it really resonates with the people who are watching. And sometimes people are going through that thing. Maybe they just want to watch somebody to say on it. I have nothing against posting similar things on YouTube and TikTok or stuff as well. I probably will, but right now my main audience is on X, so it just makes more sense.
But why you are not staying anonymous? Like a lot of people from Twitter are not real names, they have nicknames, they have avatars. Why you decided to show your face, to spread your thoughts using your face? A lot of people are not doing that.
Yeah, I think the question more for me is like, why should I be anonymous, right? Like I have nothing to hide. Like I'm a very open book. I've been on social media since, since I was a kid. So if somebody was to really look for me, they will find me regardless, right? And the good part of being, on camera is, like I said, like you're intimate, like, everything you do, you put your everything behind it, right? Like for an anonymous content creator or anonymous person, if they were pushing something today, and it just backfires like crazy and their career dies, they can just delete that account and start a new one.
Exactly.
They already know ways to kind of like go from 0 to 1, right? So it's not a big challenge for them that way. But for somebody who has their face behind it, there is more responsibility on it, and you have to, every time you speak on something, that it's going to be affecting you as like you're a human being.
It almost seems like there's more intention into what you put out into the world, and the words that you speak and the topics that you talk about. And I love that. I feel like having that responsibility kind of gives you more pride into what you put out into the world as well.
Yeah. And I think people believe in you more. People get used to it, and like you go to events, people know you. You meet people, and I'm like an outgoing person, like introvert, extrovert.
Sanjay's famous, by the way.
So I love meeting people IRL. Like I could never just not be anonymous, and then like never meet people. Like I just don't know. Like I feel like IRL meetings are so important, so cool, and it just fills up my soul with love. So I need to do that.
I think it's part of your community, like what you were saying earlier. It's about like having these friendships. And these connections with the people that are super like-minded, have the same goals, have the same kind of mindsets and visions for the future, and that's super cool. Like you said, if you were staying anonymous, you wouldn't be able to go and meet these people and really connect with them so well as you are able to now, which I love.
Also, another thing about these, like, let's say anonymous people and like non-anonymous people is like, I don't have a life outside of crypto. Like my whole life is crypto. Like, my friends are in Web3, my business is in Web3, my finances in Web3, everything I could do is around crypto and blockchain, right? So this is my life. Like even if I was to make like 100 million, let's say tomorrow, I wouldn't have a place to just leave and go. Like a lot of time people ask, okay, what are you going to do if you reach there? Like, what's next? I'm like, what do you mean what's next? This is my life, but a lot of times, like for these anonymous people, they have a whole different life, right? That's why they might not need crypto friends. They might not need, like people to meet people, to connect with people on a deeper level, because this is like a side thing for them, right? I'm not saying that all anonymous people are like that. Like I know some of my cool friends, like some of my closest friends are anonymous and they're like, like super deep in the space. But I'm just saying that, they don't need it, like somebody who has their face out might need it. So it's almost like I need it at the same time.
As content creator, I'm always thinking about the journey, because bro, you have how many subscribers? 60,000?
68.
68,000
Sanjay's
subscribers
famous.
on X. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like on Instagram or YouTube. It's like a strong community of people who are actually following you, because I like the word follow on Twitter more than on other platforms, because the community here, I think they're just built different. It's like just Web3. It's not a lot of people in Web3 still, so its community is much more stronger. So I'm curious to ask you, because when we will publish this, your audience is very curious to know more about the journey behind that 68,000 subscribers. How you started on Twitter? Can you tell us? What was your first post you did?
I started on Twitter in last year, in March. That's when I started. I moved from LinkedIn to Twitter, and then I started just kind of engaging and posting. And I think that's what it is. Like the community, the community is really small, and there is not that many people who are that active, right? So it's very easy to get somebody's attention, right? You can look at somebody with 100,000 followers right now, or even 200,000 followers, and you can just kind of interact with their tweets, and you like them, comment them, and stuff like that, and you can get their attention. So it's like it's very close-knit community.
Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody, right? Like if they don't follow you, maybe they just don't follow you, but they know you, right? So I think one way to at least for me, how it became was like I was super genuine. I was like, I was just making videos about games, and I was talking about games. I was like, hey guys, this is a new game. Want to check it out? Check it out. You don't want to check it out? Don't check it out. Doesn't matter. I don't care, right? Like check this game out, check that game out, stuff like that. And people were just like excited to see people on the camera, because it goes back to the anonymous part. Because when I joined, there were like 99%, 98% of the people were anonymous, and there's only 2% people who are willing to put the camera face out in the camera.
That's what I like about you.
And that is what really pushed me from 0 to 1. Now there's a lot more people who do that, but it's now there's more people, right?
Still not a lot.
It's still not a lot. It's still a lot, but it's not that like if you're not special, let's say in some way, like if you're not unique when you're making videos or taking pictures, you're just gonna kind of like fade away. So you need to have something more than what I did. Like when I started, I didn't have much. Like I didn't need to do much because there was nothing going on. So I was one of the only ones who was doing something. But now there's a lot of people who are trying to do something. So you have to stand out a little bit more.
You have to find your niche, I think,
And you just got to be active as well. You know, you got to engage with people, you know, like you got to be in people's comment section and not just reply one word replies, but be like, give good thoughts, you know, like if you read a tweet and you have genuine thoughts, put it out there, you know, you'll be surprised. Like sometimes your replies will get thousands of views, right? And those thousands of views, you know, you can get followers out of that. So there's like a lot of things, right? And when you partner up with games or projects, you can always, you know, when you're partnering up with them, you can always talk about retweeting each other. So a game with like 100K followers, they're retweeting your tweet. Now you're getting followers from their followers. So that is also something which I did a lot.
It is exchanging of the audience, but still you need to hook them with your personality. And that's why I'm very curious to ask you regarding, do you feel like tension to be real on this platform? Because when you start and you click that record button, still you change your personality a little. But when the time passes, you start becoming more real, and then you don't feel the difference between the record button and, you know, when you start. So is it hard for you to be real, or you're just enjoying, you're just showing the real side of you?
Yeah, tricky question. I definitely don't like to be very controversial on my my account. You know, I like to be, you can say, family friendly or something, right? There's many creators who are willing to, you know, speak their mind, speak their heart without caring at all, right? I have different goals in life. You know, I want to be in different places, and I have learned that if you want to make something in life, if you want to really like go to some higher heights, it's not about what you say or what you speak. It's more about when you don't speak or when you don't say, right? It's more about when you are not speaking rather than when you are speaking. So there's like a lot of times, like we have been in situations where there's a bunch of controversial stuff happening around me, around the project, or around the project I've been working with, you know, and you know, some people, outsiders, are, you know, yapping about it. They are dropping their comments, they're dropping their thoughts and stuff, thinking that there are no repercussions, right? But there always are, right? I'm not saying that just be like Disney Channel or something, you know, like you should have some sort of beliefs, but you should know when not to speak, right? So I think I practice that a lot. I try, you know, I will go in my private group chats with my friends and I will like pour my heart out. But when it comes down to talking about publicly, I try to just maintain a certain image for sure.
Yeah. I think you have the discipline, which I really admire about you. You know, working with a lot of individuals in the Web3 and the crypto sphere, it's really interesting having someone who is so self-conscious about themselves and about what they put out in the world. I think it's super cool about you.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I try to, you know, like hopefully it'll be worth it one day, you know, like,
of course.
Yeah, it's
I think it's something you'll definitely be proud of, for sure. And it's cool, like hearing about, you know, how you started in Twitter and in general and what you're doing now. But I'm curious about your vision, you know, for the next 3 months, for the next year. What do you have in mind for the future?
Next 3 months. I'm just you know, like right now, like
I'm just a chill guy.
I'm just chilling.
I'm just a chill guy. You know, I'm just a chill guy. I think I definitely have some short-term goals, which are like I'm working on a Telegram thing. You know, like a ton app. So I want to release that. I want to see how that plays out. And you know, I'm working with a project who are releasing something. So there's a lot of like work-related things going on.
Yeah.
I don't really like to do anything else, anyways. Like, you know, I'm not the guy who's like. Oh, let's go skydiving or something, you know, like I'll go skydiving if we were to go, like, you know, if you were to invite me, I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. But you'll never see me making a plan, you know, like I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to get on my computer and work. So I think I don't have like some crazy goals.
This is your lifestyle, right?
This is my lifestyle, right? Like that's why I say like crypto is everything. Like this is what I live and breathe. So you know, right now I'll probably go back home and I'll probably get back on my Telegram and Twitter and check DMs I missed out, emails, what I need to prepare for tomorrow, and blah 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 blah. So you know, like But in 3 to 6 months, at least I want to just be in Dubai, and I want to make more connections. I want to meet more cool people and explore that, because just in few weeks, let's say, I came here for Binance Blockchain Week and I met a cool person, and now I'm working with them on a huge project. So, this is just the beginning, and I want to see like how far we can scale in this sense, in this country or state.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited for you. Welcome to Dubai.
Thank you.
He's our new joiner now.
Thank you.
And I'm just, again, like I'm living in Dubai for more than 3 months right now. And I'm really curious to hear your story about, like, first of all, why you chose Dubai and how you experienced it at the beginning, because you are talking about the connections by yourself, right? And yeah, Dubai is just built different. But I want to hear your side of the story. Why Dubai for you?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Africa, which is North Africa, Libya, and I left Libya in 2012 and I went to Canada to study, and I've been in Canada ever since. Canada's a great country, right? Very safe. It's like, very immigrants friendly, right? Like I was an immigrant as well. I came as a student. I went to college. I went to university and whatnot. I graduated. And then I became a content creator there and whatnot. I did everything there, right? I basically grew in Canada. And then when I joined the crypto space over there, even though Canada, Toronto specifically, has such a strong connection to OGs in the space, like Ethereum was, built in Canada, Toronto. Vitalik is from Toronto. I think at one point CZ was also in Toronto doing something. I don't know, maybe he was in the university or something. I'm not sure. And there's like some many other projects who are based out of Toronto.
There's a lot of great minds from Toronto.
Like even over here, like when I meet people, everybody has some sort of connection to Canada. So Canada is that country. But right now, maybe it's due to taxes, maybe it's due to just the culture, the community feel that people are not very open to network, right? There are some great games out of Canada, but I have met them more times outside of Canada than I have met them in Canada. I met them in Singapore, I've met them in Dubai, I've met them in Korea, but I've never met them in Canada. So like there's no networking opportunities. Like there's so many events happening, but for some reason, like, many builders, they don't want to go out. They don't want to meet other builders. Maybe they don't find value, right?
What makes Dubai so special?
I think that's the thing, because every builder, somebody who really wants to make something in life, somebody who really wants to do something in life, they're going to go to a place where there are other people who want to do something in life. And I think Dubai is that city or state. I don't even know if it's a city or state, but, like depends.
It's an emirate.
It's a what?
It's an emirate.
It's an emirate.
There's 7 emirates in the UAE.
That's how you say it. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was a city.
But I know what you mean. Like
you can call it home.
A home. Yeah. That's why Dubai is that.
That's cute. I told you that when you first moved into your place.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to start calling it home now.
Yeah. So the Dubai is like, everybody comes here for a purpose, and most of the time the purpose is that they want to do something great in life. And if I'm around people who want to do great things in life, then I'm going to be somebody who does something great in life. And in Toronto, it's just, like people, I don't know, maybe I was in the wrong circle. I don't know, maybe I was in the wrong circle, right? And it's just, I just never got that feeling that I was being pushed up or something.
Motivated.
I just felt like, people were just okay where they were. Over here, like I go out, like even on a coffee, I feel like people are trying to like give me their hand and pull me up, They're like, oh, come do this, man. What are you doing? Like, come do this, come do that,
But can you experience such a community in other cities rather than Dubai?
I think you can also experience that in Singapore a little bit.
But it's like,
you
know what I mean.
Yeah. No, but I think Dubai is still a lot more open than Singapore as well. Like I went to Singapore, I had to make a decision. I was like, oh, either it's going to be Singapore or Dubai, because Singapore is also very crypto friendly.
Location.
But yeah, like the grand, like Dubai is a bit grand. Like I go to a cafe, sometimes I'm the only one in the cafe. I feel like I'm the prince of something. Like in Singapore, everything is just so congested. I feel like I'm always stuck somewhere. I feel like I'm always like just being like, just in a very tight space. Over here it's very grand, it's open. I don't know, it's just like the way the city is built, I like it. And
well, I mean, it's the youngest city in the world. Singapore is kind of like old money. So it does seem fair that it's a bit more overcrowded than compared to Dubai, which is, I mean, how old are we here? 30, 40 years old? It's crazy how young we are.
The vision of the city is, I was always like, we always talk with Steph about that the visionary of sheikhs here is just like they have a strong connection with God, because to make such a place for, first of all, as you said, connections. I never experienced something like this in any city. You said like, yeah, Singapore, but it's always a world called but. You know, like, but. Then you say like in this city, but in Dubai, you say only Dubai word.
There is no but after that.
It's like, I don't know how to explain to people that never been here. You say like, you need to feel it, not to see it, because this flashy stuff like cars, Rolexes, beaches, it's just not working like that. You need to feel the connections first of all. But like if we're going a little bit backwards, and you said the connection is why you're here, right? Because you want to connect with like-minded people who are going with you in the same direction, right? What else makes
what else
the city your home?
I think the values, you know, like you talked about God just now. I think the values are very important in the West, specifically in Toronto, Canada. I think the things are very not like how it used to be, especially coming. I'm not like dissing Canada here, you know, because it's my home too. You know, like I was there for 13 years. Like that's also my home. So I'm not dissing it, but there comes to a point where you have to realize that your home is just not your home anymore, and they are just doing things which are just not aligning with your value, right? And coming to a country or an emirate like Dubai, you can see that even though this is a very flashy Dubai, you know, there's like all these people coming from outside, but they still hold very strong values. They still hold very strong beliefs. Either it's God, either it's a culture, either it's modesty or whatever it might be, right? A traditional man, traditional woman, all that stuff, right? Like this very strong over here. And as like myself, I like that, and I want to be around that. I want to be around.
Which values you see in Dubai?
Yeah, you know, for example, let's talk about let's say for a man being like, you know, a provider or something, right? Like over in Toronto, it's not really like that, right? Like even if you are like trying to,
you don't see that in North America at all. That was such a big change for me when I moved here. Yeah.
In West, it's almost like if you try to do it in many, like I think US might be changing now after Trump winning the elections. But again, you can't forget that I think almost half of the votes were not for Trump, right?
Yeah.
Those are for people against it. So there's still that many people who believes in that certain values or like devalues, I would even say it, right? And I think over here, right, like I'm happy to do that for people who bring value to my life, and I bring value however I can, right? Like I'm a hardworking man, and sometimes that is the only value I can provide, which is providing for something, right? Like being a provider.
This is your purpose in life, to provide, like, because as like man, if you work, what the fuck you will be doing? You're only working, right? You work how many, like 24/7, right? Like every single day.
A lot.
You are in the process, but giving. It's what gives you joy. It's what gives you this like masculine energy, you know?
Yeah.
And still, if you just work, you want to like give the results to other people to share. That's why I'm always like talking about Dubai, that you always wanted to share this type of experience in Dubai with somebody else. Because when I came here for time, I was like when I was 18 years old. And I remember when I was performing magic for like a Rolls-Royce company, and I was watching on Burj Khalifa, and I was shocked, like completely with luxurious life. But even at that time, everybody was speaking about spirituality, about God. I was thinking like, guys, like, come on, like you're acting. It's all about money, right? No, they have strong values behind all of that luxury life. And for a lot of people in Dubai, it's like my opinion, this is not a luxury life. It's ordinary day life, but it's super comfortable, you know? For outside of Dubai, you feel it's luxury. But how long you're here?
Only 2 weeks, like living 2 weeks, but I've come here a couple of times before.
First week, you have this spike. Second week, it's going a little bit down. You have this, you know, Dubai is all about spikes, but then it's like chill, and you start realizing, I'm not on a vacation. I'm actually living this life, you know?
Yeah.
Do you feel that every day is made for performing?
Made for performing?
Yeah, made for performing. Because when you woke up, I saw your view, bro. It's just insane.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Angelina.
Thank you,
for-
Angelina,
amazing.
obviously. I mean, that's the whole reason I moved there, right? Because I think I mentioned to Angelina as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, we are in our apartments for like 16 hours, all day sometimes, right? 24 hours sometimes. Or like, we never leave the apartment. So if you're not comfortable there, if you're not productive there, then where are you going to be comfortable? Where are you going to be productive? The whole
Yeah.
thing,
True.
productive. So yeah, you wake up to perform, you wake up to produce. Like
Yeah,
it's a
but
productive.
you wake up and you see every single day it's the same. It's always sun.
Mhm.
You wake up, even if you feel shitty, you see sun. It's like, oh, it's a good day.
Yeah.
But then it's like every day is the same. So that's why I'm telling to people that Dubai is made for performing. Of course, Dubai is not for everybody, but still, for you, it's connections and values. One more thing. I'm just curious to like.
Oh, one more
finalize
thing.
it. Think for like 10 seconds.
Thinking, I'm like connections, values. I think also delusion. Like, cause I feel like you cannot really do any big thing in life if you're not delusional. If you're always around people who are very, very realistic, right? Like, technically you can only make $1 million a month, or technically you can only make $10,000 a month or something. Like, if there is like very
Non-believers.
realistic people around you, then you will never be able to break that barrier, I think. And with that comes with all the fake side of Dubai, I would say, right? Like where these like all these bros who are like wearing, like 2 Rolexes on 2 hands and stuff, and they're like, showing their lifestyle, which you can be like, man, like I don't know if it's real or not, but I want to aim for that. I don't know if they really got 9 cars or not, but I want to aim for that, right? So you get a bit delusional at the same time, and you cannot do that everywhere else. Over here, I can go downstairs and I can become delusional by looking at the cars on on the
start
valet,
feeling them.
right? And you start feeling them, you start manifesting them, right? And connections, values, and you can call it delusional, you can call it manifestation. Being around that circle, being around that energy will make you feel like you have already done it. And then when you're not around that energy, then you will not feel like home. You'll feel uncomfortable, and you would want to be there, back there.
So delusion for you, it's like more like growth,
Like a
Gives you
motivation, it's like a thing which motivates you or pushes you. I think I wrote a thread about it too. I was like, if you want to make something in life, you have to be delusional. You have to think something crazy out of the box, and people are going to be like, that's never happening, right? Like, and then you try to do it, and then maybe you might not reach all the way there, but even if you reach half the way, it's still a lot better than being very realistic and aiming for something very realistic, right? So I think in Dubai kind of fuels that delusion, because you see it and you're like, man, I can do it, and then one day you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I feel like the people here, they make it seem realistic because you're surrounded by all of these crazy things. I mean, when you're young, you might dream of having a Lamborghini, or going and visiting the Burj Khalifa, or having this beautiful apartment, and you come here and you see that left and right, all of these people have these dreams achieved. It just makes it so much more realistic, like more attainable for you, like you can touch it.
First of all, let's talk about what is realistic for you. It's like Canada, United States.
Yeah.
It's not even close to Dubai regarding to luxurious lifestyle. It's not even close. When you come here, I think you're even when you was going to find home here, when you go to different places and you experience different real estate, what you was feeling at that moment?
I was very picky, like from the beginning. So like I only went to look at good places, but at the same time, like when I was on Property Finder, I was definitely seeing a lot of ranges.
Variations, yeah.
But at the same time, like even the cheapest here is like almost comparing with the best in Toronto or something, right? So the luxurious lifestyle, like you said, is, I couldn't agree more. Like it's literally like, you can spend $1,500 here, you're gonna get the same apartment you would get in Toronto for $4,000. So it's like that kind of thing, right? So definitely people tell me that, oh my God, Dubai is so expensive. I think it's cheaper. I think it's cheaper than Toronto. It's definitely cheaper than London. Like it's cheaper than all these metropolitan cities
And
It
Texas.
is. No,
and free Texas.
It really is. If you look at a
Bro,
chart.
it's propaganda.
No, if you look at a chart comparing all major cities like London, New York, Miami, Chicago, Dubai, especially in terms of real estate, is the cheapest when it comes to square footage per, for the price, which is insane because it's the youngest city in the world. And I feel like that's what makes it such, an opportunity place, because it's like, it's just getting started. it's like investing in a coin that was just launched, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before it reaches that level where, you know, it's crazy high. It's like getting in on an opportunity that was just started, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how is your apartment, by the way? I saw you put your Christmas tree up. You're getting in the spirit already.
No, it's great. I feel like every time I post, I've been spamming posting about it a lot because I just love the views and stuff. And I get DMs all the time. People are like, oh my God, where's this apartment? How much did you get it? First of all, man, what's up with these people these days? Yo, like, have some privacy. Like, how are you going to DM me? And like, wait, I don't know if you asked me, but no, maybe you didn't.
You
but
asked him, Nick?
No, I don't think Nick asked me. No. But they were like, bro, there was like 10 DMs at least. People asking me, how much do you pay monthly? And I was like, bro, what? Bro. I was like, wait. I was like, what's going on?
I was writing you like, bro, you're living life.
Yeah. No. Not you. I'm not saying you did that.
He is living his dream life.
I am.
You go to his Twitter, scroll a little bit. You can see couple of pictures of that apartment, couple of pictures of your PC, bro. Like for thousands, millions of people from all around the planet is like a dream.
Of course.
When you're sitting in your computer and you just like, of course, you're living in that world. This is your world, but 100%. But still, when you look at the right, it's real world, but it's still Web3. Because for me, you know, I was living in Kiev for 10 years in Ukraine. Regarding to like technology and service is top notch, but there is no Web3 at all. It's like it's Web2 world. When I came here, everybody is speaking about how to become more healthier, how to like go into crypto, meme coin, spirituality. It's such a crazy place that's exactly what I'm telling to people. It's like it's a location. Location really matters. That's why you're here, you know. It's still like, for example, Canada, you came here. Singapore is something.
Yeah.
Like you need to still like fly there. It's a little bit weird here. Everybody from different nationalities, everybody's in one place.
Yeah.
So like, I'm really proud that you made the right choice. First of all, for yourself, because you will empower other people. To be honest, you made this decision and you changed a little bit how your Twitter is looking. You know, it's like when you publish GM, it's like a good morning, you know, when for other people from other parts of the world. So do you feel that Dubai gives you a little bit like energy to perform for your audience? Because you're a performer. Still, you show your face. That's what I'm always telling to people, that if you feel shitty, you can't show the shitty, you know, part of your life. You still need to like empower other people and you show your face. So I think that Dubai is giving you energy, aren't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's giving me energy. It's also giving me resources to do with it, right? Like I can post a GM from, you know, like my window and people will look at it and
it's okay.
People will look at it and people will get motivated. Like people really do get motivated. And even if I can motivate one person per day or like one person per week to make some action that will actually benefit their life, that's more than enough, right? Like in the end of the day, like I just want people to be able to know that anything is possible, right? I come from like a crazy place, like, you know, deep in the trenches, like IRL trenches. So like, you know, if I can do it within few years, literally 2 years, like you can do it too. And I never had to, you know, like scam anybody to do it. I never had to mess around with anything. There was no luck. I never hit 1000x or anything. I never hit 100x, you know. I don't think I even hit a 10x, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I literally made it brick by brick. So if I can do it, then people can do it too. Anybody can do it.
I love that. I love that so much.
No,
that's such good vibes. You've really embodied the Dubai spirituality. I feel like it's like, I mean, obviously, I only know you from, you know, the time we've spent here together now, but I feel like it's crazy that, you know, the people that move here, how much it changes you in such a short period of time, how it opens your eyes, how it just like really impacts you as a person. And I love that. I love what you just said.
What I feel about you, maybe Dubai shaked you a little bit. When you come here, it's like, bro, you need to live now.
I would say what I would say is like, you know, I really believe in manifestation, right? Like I think when my life changed, it changed the first day I picked up the book, which was Think and Grow Rich. I think my life changed when I picked that book up. Because at that point, when I started reading the book, it was like, oh, you need to believe that you already have it. And then when you have it, it's just going to be natural to you, right? So the Dubai spirit, I think I had that even when I was in Canada, even when I was living in a shitty ass place, I already had that mentally. And I would go on a meeting or like a job description knowing that I'm going to get this job regardless, you know, like it was like that thing, like I already had that, right? So now that I'm living this life, I feel like I've already lived this life.
You
for
found
months
your
and
place,
months, you know. So I wouldn't say that coming to Dubai like changed like something crazy, but it definitely made things more real. Like all my thoughts, all the things I've been manifesting, it actually became real, and now I can touch them. I would say that.
So like your dreams is actually what is already like how to say it.
It was already supposed to happen.
Yeah,
it just
your
took
dreams,
you believing it and putting yourself in the right position and the right place for it to happen.
Dreams is your new reality that is calling you. You know, it's already happened. It's just like calling you in this direction. Yeah, thanks so much for sharing that. I
see that all the time where it's like if you want something so bad, there is a reason that you want it so bad, and the reason is because you're supposed to have it. Like you're supposed to get, you know, the dream job or the dream car in the future. Like it's already outlined for what's supposed to be, you know, a potential in your life. And it just takes you realizing and, you know, that this is going to be the future and taking the steps towards it. And I love that.
You know, I want to ask you like a little bit hard question for a lot of people. It's immigration. So you emigrate here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are actually thinking about moving. But bro, to make this decision to move somewhere from your home, again, like, first of all, you need to define what is home for you. That's why I'm curious, what was the last moment in, for example, Canada, maybe it was? What was the last step that you said like, no, I can't live like this anymore. I feel like I can make another step. Maybe it will better. Maybe it's not, but I need to change something. Have you felt something?
Of course. I think there's always moments in life where it comes to, you know, taking a leap of faith or something. Sometimes it is easier than you think. When I had to come to Canada, you know, like when I tell people that I moved to Canada alone, I had no relatives, no relationships, nothing in Canada, right? I just went there and I picked an apartment and I started renting it, and that's it. And I went to the college and I started going to college. And people are people get shocked when I say that, right? But it was obviously a leap of faith. You really need to have the guts to do it, but you can make things in your favor, right? So what I did was picking Canada as an option because Canada is a very safe country, or at least it was back then, very safe country. So, and there's many other immigrants. So I was like, okay, you know, what's the worst that can really happen, right? Like if worst comes to worst, I'll go to the police station and I'll tell them, man, help me out, and they'll help me out, you know, because Canada is that country, right? And so that was first leap of faith doing that, right? And then my second one was when, you know, I was like doing my Web2 job or whatever. I was doing my content creation. I was broke as hell, you know, like I didn't have any money, and I had to like make a decision, right? Like I didn't even have money to buy my cat food, and I was like, man, I need to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I need to do something. Like one time I had to I told some people the story, but like one time I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and I had to drive Uber drivery so I could buy my cat food, you know, that day.
Oh my
you know?
God.
So like you have to take these like moments, you know, like of leap of faith.
When you just started?
This was like when I was like finishing my content creation journey. I was trying to look for a new thing. I was super broke. I didn't even have like $5 in my bank.
Oh my God.
Wow. Bro, I experienced
That's
that
crazy.
shit. I experienced that shit.
Yeah.
But you was making like good money before.
Yeah, so it was up and down, right? So I was making good money when I was doing content creation, but when I quit, and I gave up because I was so burnt out, and people can see that also, right, on views. Like your content is not good, you're not posting regularly, your views are shit, you're not making any money. You know, like you can get 10,000 views on a video, but you're still not making any money. Like YouTube is not like Twitter, right? Or X or Web3. So I had to make a decision. I was like, man, this is too much. I need to take a leap of faith, and I need to just look into a new industry. I need to forget about my past and I need to start something new. I need to start something fresh. And after that day, right, like after I came home and I bought her food and I was like, yo, I cannot live like this. Like, you know, like what today worked out, what if it doesn't work out tomorrow?
Exactly.
You know, what if the car just doesn't stop working? What if I cannot do Uber Eats tomorrow for my, you know, like, and I cannot feed my cat, you know, like she's not gonna know, right? Like, it's that day I was like, okay, I need to find a new job. And I started looking for Web3 jobs and then I started like reading this book, audiobook, Think and Grow Rich, and I would drive and I would listen to this book, and every day I would like 4 or 5 interviews, and I would like listen to this book and I would go to these interviews super hyped up, and that was my second leap of faith into this industry. And then I did great, right? Like my first month, I became the employee of the year in my company and I got like big bonuses and whatnot. And then I did great, but then I hit a plateau where it's like, okay, now every time I would hop on a call, people would be like, oh, are you coming to Singapore? Are you coming to Korea? Are you coming to meet us? Are you gonna be at this conference? Canada is really far from all these conferences. So that's when I was like, you know what? I need to make a decision. I need to either stay where I am right now, or I need to like go somewhere where more people are and take that leap of faith. And again, Dubai made it very easy for me because Dubai is a safe country, a lot of immigrants, a lot of already friends here. People are so cool. Like OneLink, like you guys have been so cool, right? Like, and being very helpful. Like I have asked so many questions to you guys and you guys are always like giving me free advice or whatnot.
Yes,
so,
I am.
You know, like, so it made it easy for me, right? So when other people, if you're watching and you want to take a leap of faith, make the favors, like find places or find the situation that favors you, right? Like if you want to go to a new city, you want to go to a new country, pick a country which is like Dubai, which is safe, which you might have friends in, and that leap of faith becomes a lot easier. Like personally, it might not be that easy, but at least like externally you will have some sort of support. Over here, I feel like home. I never felt like, oh my God, I was going to a new country because, you know, Dubai is so safe, you know, like I have so many friends here already. So yeah, I don't know. I think I derailed a little bit of the question, but yeah, it's just try to make the cards on your favor or something like that. The
Cards
word
in your favor, yeah.
Just try to do that.
But still,
I
you
love
made that
that.
decision. You know, it's still like, thank you for sharing, because when you was telling me about your shift, because I had that shift too in my life. I remember when I was making like 60K a month, I was buying like cars, spending money on like drugs, sluts and whatever. And then like the war started, and then you go out and you can't buy even fucking coffee for your girlfriend who you're really in love, but you actually can't do it. And at that moment, I don't know, like, do you believe in like universe and God, whatever?
I believe in external force, but I've never been like a person who would be like one religion type of person. Like I respect all religions. I go to mosque, I go to church, I go to everything. So I definitely believe in an external force, yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling that we was speaking here with Jonathan, and he said like a really great like thought that God is always watching on you and he gives you exactly what you need to shift. Because at that time, because of that situation, I shifted from like a boy to a man. I start reading more, I start journaling more, you know, I start even just thinking. Because in this day, everybody is like on their phones and they're not thinking. They don't have space for that. And to make this type of shifting decisions, bro, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's like you moved from Canada from here to Dubai. It's not an easy choice for a lot of people. That's why I'm curious, you know, to ask, like, what was the last, like, thing that you say, like, no, I can't live this anymore? That was my question. Maybe you remember, like, maybe it was a night. Maybe it was a conversation with a person. Maybe it was just sitting an ordinary day life just in the computer. It's like, no, I want to sit near the computer by in Dubai.
Yeah, I think it was, if I try to remember one day, I don't remember one exact moment, but I remember a lot of them. I remember every time I would hop off a call and I was like, damn, I cannot make this conference because it's too far. Maybe I don't have visa, I don't have this, and I'm not able to meet like 10 other people who are like my partners for a year plus or best friends and whatnot, you know, like I think there were like many of those moments I felt, you know, like talking, like paying my taxes. That was one moment I felt, I was like, man, like, damn, I'm paying 30%. Like,
crazy.
30%.
It goes up and down, man. You never know. I don't even know if I paid them all or not. You know, like it's just you never know about some of these countries. Like they will come after you after if they try to come after you. But like, you know, it's all these little things, right? Like I'm at a dinner table, and you know, some guys and girls are talking, and then the values are just so much different than mine. You know, like it just all the little things just all came together. You know, like even talking to my ex-girlfriend, you know, just you know, just not being able to provide, like you said, like not being able to buy your girlfriend coffee, right? Like I was in that situation too. Like I have the same masculine kind of like thought beliefs like you, where I want to be the provider, but not being able to do that, and everything is kind of holding back me. Yeah, you want to, but you just can't, like because you don't have the funds, you don't have the value, you just can't do it, right?
You don't have the value.
Yeah, and people around you don't even think the same. Sometimes your girlfriend don't even think the same, right? Like she probably think it's all good, but you know it's not all good. Like, you know, like at least you believe it's not all good, right?
So, do you think that location matter?
Location matter, yeah, because I think that we don't have any original thoughts as a person, as a human being. You don't have any original thoughts. You're only reflection of the thoughts you are absorbing or consuming, right? Like either it's TikTok, either it's internet, whatever, or it's IRL meeting people. So the more you see things around you is how you are going to behave and how you're going to react. You know, they say that show me your 5 friends and I'll tell you your future or something like that.
Yeah, but you're in Web3. You know, that's why I'm asking, because a lot of people who are from Web3, it's like, oh, fuck you, like, location doesn't matter. I'm sitting near the computer all day. I can open my Discord, but when these people come into Dubai, the only thing that I like really admire regarding to Dubai is when you are seeing somebody in Twitter and then you meet them in real life, and it's so easy. You know, it's like even me, like, you know, guys, I'm a magician. I'm a professional magician. And I was like sitting and I see like one story of magician, like I'm come to Dubai, so like, bro, Habibi, let's meet. And we meet. And then the next one, then the next one. It's like everybody is coming here for no reason. Like maybe for a vacation, maybe for a conference. Because I felt the same in like my country. I was sitting, holy shit, I want to meet like-minded people. But it's so fucking tough to find them in like Canada, for example, right? It's like, you know, they exist, but they don't have places. And even if you go there for like a networking event, everybody is like, they're not talking to each other.
They're a bit hesitant for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why it is that.
It's about energy. I think so. You know, the energy of the place, it really matters. You know?
Totally.
So it's crazy for me. It's just crazy, you know?
Yeah. 100%. I think when people come here, they come here for a purpose as well. You know, like they're gonna leave their home and they're gonna be like, oh, I'm going to Dubai. I'm gonna meet a lot of cool people. So they're more willing to talk to you. They're more willing to chill with you. They're more willing to be, you know, have a conversation with you. Versus if they were back in Toronto, let's say, and they're just going to a coffee shop as a networking event, they might not even be interested. They're like, they might just take it as a chore or something, right? And I felt that actually. You know, I've been to events and you know, I felt that energy from people, and I never feel that energy over here, you know.
It's so cool, you know, that you just tell me this, and I see like fire in your eyes that now you have that opportunity to come to these events. You know, when you was always thinking I want to, but you don't have like opportunities, and now you feel the opportunity. So like, welcome to Dubai, bro.
You found your place, I think.
And you know, it's so cool to see the fire in his eyes. It's just like 2 weeks, you know. But for me, for example, you need some time to actually understand that you are here, because you landed is like but you are living here. You're not for the vacation, but this vacation vibe will be always here. So you need to get used to it, you know. But I know that you work like together on like finding an apartment, but I'm curious what made you like choose OneLink company, how you found it, what was your experience, you know. I'm just curious to know.
nowadays it's like I think everything is word of mouth, right? Like if my friends, I shout out to Hunter and Alyssa, like if they didn't like, recommend you guys, there's no way I would have found you guys. It's almost impossible. Like maybe if I Google, like, I don't know what I would Google, like real estate.
Crypto, real estate company.
Like if I was to Google it.
How to open a company in Dubai.
Yeah, there will be like 20 different ones, and then, like it'll be so difficult to like go through them.
Yeah.
So it's always a word of mouth. And I think everybody who has worked with you guys in the past has, given good recommendations and stuff. So that's why I, like started talking to you guys. And as soon as I started talking to you, I was like, yo, this is great. I'm not feeling any pressure. Usually, like people will be like, oh, make a decision or something. I never felt that, and that's why like so many people DM me, and I always recommend you guys as well. Every time somebody looks at my freaking apartment and they're like, oh my God, how'd you get it? Who'd get you? I was like, talk to Angelina, like stop bothering me, you know what I mean? So it's like a word of mouth, man, and it's just been great. Like, I'm still bothering her all the time about stuff. So after, our deal is basically done now, but I'm still like always asking, and she's always helping out. So I guess it's more than just kind of like a business. I think it's almost like a community as well.
Definitely. I think that's how we feel, and One Link as a whole, because we have separate companies and just the community that we build within ourselves, within our clients. I don't even like calling you guys clients, because it becomes more than, a clientele service provider thing. It becomes more like friends. Like you say, I'm bothering Angelina every day. I look forward to, hey, how's Sanjay doing? Okay, let's check on your apartment. Let's check on Hunter, Lisa. It becomes like a community for us as well. I love it.
For me, it's I know how hard it is to emigrate. And for example, if you're immigrating with like your love, it's like it's okay because you have somebody like near you. But if you're immigrating, like you're a new person, you came here, you don't have like circle, it's very tough, to be honest,
Yeah.
And for us, we felt that because I'm from Ukraine, you're from Belarus, right?
Belarus.
It's Belarus. It's like in Dubai, everybody's from different countries. It's like you're sitting here, but everybody from different places. So thank you for your kind of words. I really appreciate it. It's
our pleasure.
It's our pleasure to help, of course, and to actually know about your knowledge too, because you're a very smart guy. I like what you're doing. Like subscribe on Twitter to you. I subscribe to Instagram on you, follow. Have a really great energy. It's like you really have a great energy, bro. It's for me. I know that when you post it, the energy goes to other people. And thousands of your subscribers, when they see your post, I think they have like a smile at least.
Yeah, it's super positive, your vibe. You're so positive.
You're just different, I'm always like scrolling, but then like your small video and like you always have smile, you look stylish, and they like,
it's
of course.
Good energy.
Yeah, it's just good vibes,
Thank you,
what I love about what you're doing, and that's pretty much it. I think that like it was a great pleasure to have you on this podcast. This is the first one, right?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Because it's always hard to go deeper, because still it's like we're talking more than like 1 hour. It's crazy. Time flies, So that's why today we discussed a lot about like who you are, why you're in crypto, why you are like in Web3 gaming. But I feel that there is a lot of some personal stuff behind that, so I'm curious to know more about your personal life. So guys, write down right now in the comments some questions for the second podcast, and maybe we'll make of course we'll make it, right?
But maybe we'll pick your question, maybe.
We can pick your questions, because it's all about the community. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Sanjay, for coming to us. I really appreciate it. And you can tell people where they can find you, where they can subscribe to you, okay?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
No, that's it. You can find me in the One Link Villa anytime. I'll be probably chilling here. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some
Just
links
chilling.
and stuff you can check out. But yeah, that's it. You can find me in Dubai as well anytime. Probably be just checking out the view somewhere, But yeah, it was a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me. And great vibes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you. So, guys, thank you so much for being with us. Subscribe to our channel, One Link Dubai channel. And guys, thank you so much for being with us. And see you on the next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.